Have you ever felt like, even though you're speaking the same language, you're actually talking to an alien? Meet Alex, our developer. Today, Alex faces one of the greatest challenges in the coding universe, interpreting the phrase a bit. Mary from marketing approaches with a request. She wants the logo made a bit bigger and the submit button to be slightly more appealing. It's often difficult to communicate your vision and turn it into a functional product. Many obstacles arise, often just everyday human factors. Then come the minor changes, often not thought through at the start. And instead of clean code, we end up with spaghetti or something even worse. But what if there was a faster way to turn ideas into reality without the headache? Up next, I'll show you how. Let's say you want to quickly create a modern form. Just head over to bolt.new. And if you're a typical lazy programmer who doesn't want to reinvent the wheel, we can use the help of LLMs like GPT-4o and ask how to write best prompts for this tool. To start, let's enter a prompt that will help create a better context for the model. The best approach is to use the latest information, so let's search the internet for what we need. Okay, I overlooked that I'm using a smaller model without internet access. I received information, but I want something more up to date. Let's log in and select the appropriate model. I know IT guys. Before I call support to report that the internet isn't working, I'll click twice just to be sure.
Hello, IT. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
We enter the same simple prompt to create context and retrieve up-to-date information. Now, within a few seconds, it scans the internet, retrieves the latest information, and presents it in a user-friendly format. We now have a few strategic points for writing prompts for bolt.new. I forgot to add to the prompt that we need to build it based on the previous strategy points and that it specifically pertains to bolt.new. You can find all prompts in the description below. Now, let's paste that prompt and watch the magic happen. The entire project structure and all necessary files were instantly created. For ordinary mortals, not programmers who've made it this far, it's a miracle. The code is created as if written by that person sitting all day in front of their monitor in their basement. But it happens much faster. Wow! Even all the dependencies are being installed. Since it's still not working, I'll refresh the page. Everything disappeared, so I'll paste the prompt again. Unfortunately, it still doesn't work, but there's no error message. So that's something new. Third time's the charm. Now I'll copy the prompt content from here. Since I already know, it tends to disappear. Oh, now it's completely different. There isn't even a place for the prompt. Okay, I lied about it being 3 times. Time for the 4th attempt. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for me. Sure, it works for the programmer who created it. If you'd like to use an open source fork of this project, where you can connect your own local LLM like Llama, you can find it on GitHub. Let's use something that definitely works. I use this tool daily, it's V0. Let's prepare the current context. We paste the prompt prepared in 4.0 into V0 to create a simple and modern form. For now, no detailed technical specifics, just dreams. As we can see, the code is created on the fly. After the code is generated, a preview appears. I do not speed up the video so that we can see the rapidity of this solution. And done! We have a form. Maybe not the prettiest yet, but we'll work on it. Now let's ask to enlarge the logo a bit. Whether you're a front-end developer, designer, or someone who outsources such work, you've surely heard this classic. In seconds, and with no questions asked, we have an enlarged logo along with an explanation. Now you can really stone me, because I confused Beyoncé with Rihanna in the prompt. But, as you know, in IT, you only listen to the sounds of the rooters. Is this Beyoncé's aesthetic? I have no clue. Maybe someday she will watch the video and answer me. Now let's increase the conversion of this form by 43%. Let the submit button be orange. Let it have an animation resembling a flash of light on a knife blade. I know, I should write sword, it would be more epic. Such generated code can be easily transferred to your project and linked to the backend using, for example, the cursor. If you want me to do a more extended tutorial on how to use this in a project, let me know in the comments. The end result may not be breathtaking, but for literally 2 minutes of work, it's pretty decent. This part of the video was generated by AI. No programmers were harmed in the making of this clip. As you can see, AI is great for generating code, but it still has a little work to do on understanding video.